Hello and welcome to round 7 of season 2 of NRC Division 1. I am here, ALS Rambo and Rambini or whatever you want to call me, I don't care. I'm in the commentary box once again for the third week in a row, and we'll be here for round 7. Gonna be as close as last week, we'll see. Looking like a good grid once again. Lots of great drivers. Hero, who looking to pick off what he has been doing in the past few races. He's got some good points in, good results, so he'll be hoping to do well. Let's get this stream all shared and ready for the viewers to watch, because they'll be waiting for us to go live, and then we should be good to go. It's qualifying 1. Let's get rid of that. Bump Discord, bump. There we are. So, first out on track, we have no clue who was first out on track. It was Stubbsy. I think Stubbsy goes out on track in the Alfa Romeo. Let's turn all of these on so you can get some more information on what's going on your screen. Placky is the only one at the moment who seems to be on the mediums for this first session. Looking quite gloomy. Very grey for a nice summer's Austrian Grand Prix. Usually are on this track, so I'm quite surprised that it's as grey as it is, but maybe some rain on the way later on. We don't know for now. So here we go. So the first lap for Stubbsy coming into turn 2 or 3, depending on your preference. He's purple. There's going to be a lot of other cars coming out on track as well, as we see Twiggy as well on the medium tyres coming into turn 1. Blacky's decided to opt out of the medium tyres in the first session. I cannot remember the strategy around here. I'm going to now start doing some lobbies and practice lobbies before this race, since I've got so much time on my hands on Wednesdays, just to see what sort of strategies people will be doing. So next up is Netherlands, and I think I sort of have an idea for what strategies are there, as my league's recently been there, so that won't be too bad. I'll just rewatch that stream. But for this, I think it'll be really difficult for me to understand what people might be going for. I wouldn't expect anyone to go on the mediums in this session, just for the option in the second session, but Twiggy's gone to do it, as we see Stubbsy come across the line. Sets an 11.9, pretty decent lap. Just for Hugh, what is quite far off what we'll be seeing in the final few. I think he'll go for another lap. I'm pretty sure there might have been a mistake in there. That's a lap that we can look at competitively. A 1 minute 4.4 been blown out the park by Legends on the soft on a 3.6. Arctic goes second on a 3.8, pushing it as well, trying to get into that low 1 minute 3s is what we're looking at in this session for the moment. It's going to go down to not many people about to finish a lap, more about to start a lap, as we see attempts going on to lap. Placky as well has invalidated their lap. Hudson coming through the final sector, up to the final 2 corners. How is he going to take this? Right on board, see how many gear shifts he does. Down to 6th, yep. Nice apex coming into the final corner, just tags the inside curb. Good exit. Where's he going to go? As we see it, I'll go 3.4, 3.8, just eking out ahead of Arctic as Drive Forever goes on a 3.4 as well. Very close to the top there, as you see Connor and the Williams getting out of the way. Twiggy is might be going for another one. This is a big kick of oversteer on the exit of turn 1 there. A bit late from me. I only just saw it as we switched over. Let's look at Placky, who's also going on to another lap into turn 1. It's getting very congested up into turn 3 there. Is everything doing alright there? Very congested. Placky's going to be turning up there soon. I think there's a Williams of a sort that might have gone off there. So, overcorrected maybe, but Placky seems to be on a good lap himself. There's a racing point behind him, I think is AMS Thomas. No, it will be his teammate Arctic behind Thomas coming into the final sector at the moment, so it will not be him. Placky coming through the double left-hander. Will he be purple in the middle sector? No, he is not, but he might get some dirty air off of AMS Thomas and Ducky here, as Thomas just about gets out of the way in time for Placky to come through the final 2 corners without any dirty air. Maybe a better slipstream coming around the final corner. He's going to set a 1 minute 3.5, which puts him 4th. That's how close the grid is at the moment. As who is it that's just set a lap? I think it was Arctic set another lap, bumping him up by 2/10. As we see other people also coming through. Tizzy. Love that name. As we see Phoenix set a 1 minute 4.1, puts him 9th ahead of Twiggy. Who else is on a lap? Cyclone. See, I remembered my research. Is on a lap coming through the final few corners. Where's he going to go? Good exit from the final corner, coming up to the line, a 1 minute 3.3, which puts him 3rd for now with Connor and the Mercedes, and rounding out a 1 minute 3.0 in the first session, which is an absolutely outstanding lap for the first session of the race of the weekend. As we see Thomas put it into 9th position on a 1 minute 3.5 in the racing point. As we see Sync Ducky just go past there in the background. Likely he's on a lap. He has put himself 2nd on a 3.1. I think in Q3 we'll be looking into the 2s for some people. Ducky will be hopefully trying to grasp a race win. Last time he didn't have the qualify. He's not really had the qualifying potential that we could see from him. He's doing well this time though, and he's going to get himself out of Q. He definitely, I think, already got himself out of Q1. So he's definitely doing well, as we see Thomas behind him returning to the pits. Not many people still setting laps, as the Alfa Romeo might be running out of fuel though. Might be having to lane back to the pits, yes, as Dan is on an outlap. As Stubbsy's been disqualified from the session, unsure of how that's happened. Could be just Codemasters being Codemasters, could have been something done from the driver's perspective. We don't know for now. As we await more laps to be set, we see Ireland, who's coming across the first corner onto a lap. I'm trying to look at the stream and see how it's doing, but I can't see because I'm getting the KFC advert, and if they hadn't realised, I've just ordered from KFC. So why am I getting a KFC advert? I do not know. Yep, all audio is good from my end when watching the stream, so we should be good to go. As AMS Dan Warner coming through on his lap. He's trying to put himself into the frame, looking on a good lap here, coming through the final few. Invalidation there for him. He's going to be trying to back off, save as much as he can, trying to go on to another lap. Here he goes, onto another lap, coming into turn 1, braking just in between the 100 and the 50 metre board there, maybe a little bit after the 100 metre board, out of the corner, very nicely done, doesn't invalidate this time, no invalidation like he did in the middle sector of last lap, braking at the 100 metre board, purple in the first sector. I'm not sure if that's true. If it is, then he could be on for a really good lap here as he gets a really nice exit, DRS enabled, coming down the back straight, coming into turn 4 or 3, it's your own preference with this track. I prefer to call it turn 3. So if you ever hear me refer it to turn 3, it'll be after the speed trap, because that left kink at the end of the first back straight, as we see a Haas spun on the inside. Pretty sure that was Island, might have reset to track. I doubt it would have been an issue in front of anyone, as we see it was get into the lobby. As Dan comes around the final corner, finally after this lap, will he get to set a lap? Being very cautious there, trying not to invalidate. That's going to be a 1 minute 3.4, which places him 9th, which might be safe. I don't know at this point. I think the cutoff will be around a 6 or a 5, maybe even a 4. So people will need to set laps. He's looking very close here, as the from around 5th to 15th, or 5th to 13th, they're separated by 3 tenths, 2 or 3 tenths, which is really, really close. I mean, it could be a small error and you lose that amount of time. So, you know, if someone can get their lap together, they could gain that time and put themselves from about 12th to 1st, as we see Hero being the first person this weekend to push himself into the 1 minute 2s. Who else has just set a lap? I think it might have been... We're going to run through the drivers, because I think someone just came across the line. Yes, it was Hudson, improving on their time, going from a 6 to a 4, I'm pretty sure. Trying to keep my eye out as much as possible. The amount of food I've consumed before this race is probably a bad thing. I've had multiple amounts of chicken. Chicken not good for tummy. That's what I've learnt. Not before this. As he comes across the line, a 1 minute 2.8 will put the McLaren into first position. ABRZ Techs on a 1 minute 2.822 will go first, and definitely now into Q2. If you look at the McLaren, you can see a resemblance. And if you think that, oh my god, Codemasters have updated the game already to include the 2021 liveries, no, it's the 2020 livery, they just look exactly the same. It's the same car. So if McLaren, I think it's the same, they're using the same car, it's just the car's like gone through the first stage of growing up, so it's like got a little bit more hair on the front, you know, with the blue. Anyway, we're going to stop talking about how McLaren have absolutely ruined the Gulf livery that they could have put money into, and stuck with the absolute bore fest that they have now. Which isn't a bad livery at all, it's just Gulf colours would have been absolutely amazing to see on an F1 car again, as Legends is unfortunate on setting a lap. Whereas on the Renault here, soon to be Alpine, see it with the right French way. Good exit from the Renault there, coming down the back straight. DRS enabled, ERS enabled, everything coming down the straight into turn 3. Bit of a lock up there, but gets the car turned in, good exit. Probably around 7th gear, coming into here, put it back down into 5th. Back up to 7th, back down to 5th. Then you're going to go up to 8th, braking into here. You can rather go into 7th or 6th, it's whatever you like. I've seen drivers do either or. As you see this driver here, going to gear 7, bit sloppy through there, down into 4th, back up to 5th, 6th, 7th, and coming across the line. It's going to be a 1 minute 3.6, which Putsch, yeah, that's now a word. Puts ABO is in 17th, which will be in the dropout zone for now. For now, that is. My phone could have just absolutely smashed. That was a big fall. I'll just put my foot on it and see. I think if I feel pain, then I know that there's glass everywhere. I do not feel pain. I don't think there's glass everywhere. Big victory royale for us, and my foot as well. Just sacrifice that for some technology. I feel quite bad. As Arctic goes 14th, outdoing Clacky on a 1 minute 3.4s. Yeah, like I said, a 5 or a 4 or a 6 around that area is going to be a cut-off point. If you look, though, 1,000 separate Arctic and Hudson. Just 1,000, and it's only another 4,000 back down to Dan, and then it's only another 13,000 back down to the other Williams, who is sat in the garage at the moment, and then Drive Forever is less than half a tenth up the road as well. So literally half a tenth, and you're into the top 10. So it's a matter of one little mistake, one little, get on the throttle that little bit earlier, and you've got it. So people just need to get that lap together, and someone's going to be really unfortunate. It's going to go out by such a small margin. But it happens in league racing, it happens in racing, and you just got to get on with it. Don't matter if you win by a mile or an inch. You did what you need to do. So these lot will be looking to gain the advantage early on as well. Try and set laps like the top 5 have, where they don't really need to be pressured into setting another lap. Wasting a set of tyres, wasting fuel, maybe getting some more time on the track, helping their own driving skills themselves. You need to get used to the track really well, as we see the Mercedes going a little bit wide, missing that apex. Coming into turn 2, the hairpin at turn 2. Thomas on his lap coming down at the back straight through the sweeping uphill section into turn 2, braking, turning in, getting an absolutely scrumptious exit from the racing point. Amos Thomas here doing really well. Drive Forever's coming through the final corner, invalidates on the final corner. That lap would have been a 1 minute 3.2, which would have put them into Q2 for definite. They're going to be right on the brink with that time. Already back down to 12th as Hudson, the Ferrari teammate, has definitely secured it now, I think. But I think it was Ireland who puts himself on a 3.1 that will secure that position into Q2. Arctic is in the pits and he will be eliminated, so only 4 drivers right now can eliminate. So that means that the drivers in the elimination zone at the moment, the only drivers that could be affected are Twiggy downwards, and they cannot do anything. Drive Forever won't make it back for another lap, so Placky will not make it around for another lap, so Placky is out on a 9-lap old set of tyres. Legends comes around the final corner. Where's he going to go? 1 minute 1, 1 minute 2, a 1 minute 3.3 puts him 11th. That will knock Dan out of Q1. Phoenix is also on a lap. This might knock the other Williams out of Q1, and they won't get into Q2, as you see both the Ferraris just getting through into Q2. Here comes the AlphaTauri coming through the final 2 corners. Nice apex from them, coming out the final corner. 1 minute 3.7 puts them 19th, and that will be your grid for Q1. And you will find your elimination zone to your left hand side. 15 downwards, now eliminated from this qualifying session here at Austria, round 7. Very unfortunate for those guys. They'll be looking to make up some time in the race. All we wait on now is Legends to return to the pits. We're nearly there. If I was them, I'd just cross the line. I always say that if anyone's watching after the race or during the race with a race engineer, if you ever need to, finish qualifying, you're the last one left, just cross the line. It's faster. If I rush between qualifying and the race away from the mic, it's because I am in desperate need of the toilet after the amount of food and drink I've had today. I've had so much. My stomach feels like some sort of ball of, I don't know, suns trying to reproduce. It's burning, and it's slowly working its way down to an area where I don't want it to burn. So we need to get that out of my system as soon as possible, because KFC, McDonald's, Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, more Pepsi, more Dr. Pepper, more Pepsi, bit more Pepsi, and some Coca-Cola won't do my stomach well. So, and some Cheetos, and some bacon, and some chicken, even more, and there's a lot of foods that have entered my system that are in pain. And I think that we need to warrior through this qualifying session, just like these drivers are. Because if I was driving in this condition right now, I would be on the floor in a ball of pain, trying to escape my own body. So hopefully none of the drivers are experiencing this. I'm very calm. I've got my what's it called? Little light that illuminates stars onto my wall, and I'm just watching them like it's real. Because I'm strange. Let's wait for someone to come out on track so we can stop being strange little hungry ginger commentators, because that's what I am. I'm a little strange hungry ginger commentator. I was going to say Jesus then. That would, yes, I'm a little hungry Jesus. Fingerprint has been suspended, apparently, according to this. Restart after quality because of an incident with MS Phoenix can't join the right. So that AMS Phoenix can join the race, so he can't right now. So AMS Phoenix will be starting 20th in the race. Will get in again, so that's good. Good to get another driver in. Is there any more Pepsi? I've got another can of Pepsi. The pain's getting even worse. Why am I putting myself through this torture? I do not know. But we don't care. Twiggy. On an out lap, as we see some people also opting for the medium tyres as the Williams comes out of the pits. Twiggy coming around the final corner. Good exit. Coming down the pit straight. Coming into turn 1, Jesus Christ, my pain. Breaking at 100 metre board. Lovely apex, good exit as well. Gonna rocket down the back straight around 180 to 200 mile an hour. Hitting 200 coming into turn 2. Braking at the 100 metre board. Just getting the car turned in, running about 50 mile an hour, just around your speed limit around your local house. Going straight back on the power. Back down the back straight as you see, and Williams on the right hand side coming into turn 3. Nice apex there, good exit. That's beautiful from the Red Bull of Twiggy coming into the double left. Now they need to be very, very, very cautious. Try not to invalidate here on the second left. Entry or exit, try to get on the power as early as possible. This lap is looking absolutely amazing. Going into the final few corners. Jesus, my language skills. I think I've caught dyslexia live streaming. Jesus. Is that how it works? I just forgotten how to speak my own language. A 1 minute 3.5 from Twiggy. I mean, at this rate, you could get one of the Norwegians in here and they'd be speaking better English than I am. So, it's drive forever. So that's a 3.4. Getting that times back up to the elimination times. That looked like a really good lap from Twiggy, so they might be really close, but at the same time people are going to be running mediums in this session, so the mediums might be a little bit slower. Probably the cut-off time will be a little bit slower, since as people will be trying to get through mediums. We see Legends now, so 4.2, I don't know why I said 15, my poor brain is having a meltdown over Legends is absolutely godlike lap as the Mercedes puts it fourth on a 3.9, first medium running to stick it into the threes. As Dan does make it through, I thought it was top 15 downwards, but I think that was when it was the 24 car rules. Was it? It was 15th down. I'm just dumb. Yeah. I'm just dumb. So Dan got through. His teammate also got through. How does that work? Someone got disqualified, that's how that works. As we see, forever retiring. I think that's at the first corner. We might get a glimpse of what happened. Yes, it's a bit of oversteer coming out of turn one. That will be it for the Ferraris. You can see Amos Thomas trying to dodge out the way of the dead corpse there of the Ferrari chassis. Pardon me. Letting out some Pepsi gases there as Cyclone puts it into P3. He'll have some clean space out of turn 1. So Fine Hudson's P2 still. Which you can see, all the medium runners. Hero looking good. Will he be able to transform this into another pole just like he did last week? Will he be able to transform it into a win? I cannot recall whether he won last week or not, but I know he won the week before. So I know he has it in him. He's been doing really well recently. The whole way through the season, he's been the one to beat, one of the ones to watch. He will be the one to watch in this session 2 on those set of mediums. Will he be the fastest medium runner? Will he be the fastest runner of all? Will he go on to the softs later on as he brakes very late? Very smooth on the exit as well. That was absolutely scrumptious. Coming through there, coming into the right hander of turn 3, breaking 100 metre bud, using all the curb in the world and them others on the left hand side. Bit of oversteer on the exit, not too much. Coming into the left hander, braking at the 50 metre bud. Lovely apex there, good exit. Brake down into 5th gear or 6th gear. The Hero decides to take a little bit of oversteer on the exit. Coming into the final 2 corners. Where's he gonna go? Coming through the final corner, tries not to invalidate. Beautiful lap from him. This will put him around 4th position, which will be the 2nd fastest medium runner by less than a 10th. Beautiful lap from Hero. That will maybe, just maybe get him through. But it seems like a lot of people behind him are coming back out on soft, so it's just be a war of whether they go out on the softs or not. Amos Dan coming onto a lap, coming through the first corner. Do apologise, I'm having some... I've not slept for over 48 hours, so bear with the ginger. Netflix gets me caught up sometimes a bit too much. Ducky on a lap, purple in the middle sector. In fact, as we see AMS Placky leaving this session, because there is a restart after this, so it doesn't really matter if he's in here or not. As he goes on to 1 minute point 2.9. Ducky goes on to a 3.0, that will probably get him through. We're going to be looking at a 2-ish, 3 dead, 2-ish as being the cut-off here. I think maybe a 3.1. Around that area will be the cut-off point for these dudes to try and sort themselves out. is we're going to look at the race director right now just to see who is purple, who isn't. So comparing these sectors between first and second, 15.6, 28.3, 15.8, 28.2, and then the time is gained also in the final sector by just a tiny little bit, and then that is why there is just about a tenth gap, maybe even less, between Jesus and Ducky. Now Twiggy also in the pits. Hudson is on a lap but on old tyres. I don't think he'll be setting that lap anytime soon. Cyclones on a set of mediums. Still trying the only driver at the moment who's on a set of mediums. Not the only one to set on a set of mediums, as you can see. All of these drivers here are the ones who use softs, not softs, mediums, sorry, on their laps, on their original laps, around 6th to 9th. So, yeah, keep an eye on them. Cycling gets a good exit, coming into the left-hander, double left-hander, beautiful through the first, good exit here, coming into the second, absolutely amazing from the Red Bull, just not invalidating as we see Thomas, I think, or Ireland, or someone of the nature going into the top 5 positions. Just backs out and comes into the pits as an invalidation happens. That's going to be really painful for him, but hey, it's how the world works. Unfortunately, it is what it is, as we see Dan coming into the pits as well. His teammate, however, is on a lap coming through the final 2 corners into the first of the 2. Good exit, coming across the line. He's set a 1 minute 3.1, which probably will put him through to Q3, which is decent. Thomas is also out on track, but I don't think this is properly her show time. What just happened to my head? I just said something and I swear I'm drifting. Right, Thomas. Did I just call Thomas a her? I don't even know what's going on. I think KFC rigged my burger because this isn't right. Jesus. The Williams is out on a track. I just paused and then thought of something. I can't even remember what I was thinking of now. What in the world has just happened? Right, Hero coming through the right, and sorry for that then. I need some rest. I'm gonna try and get some good sleep. I completely forgot I forgot how draining commentary can be on me. It's, to be fair, more draining than the racing because I can just stay quiet in my zone. I'm happy. It gets the adrenaline. That's not how you say it. Excuse my absolutely horrific English, but my adrenaline. See, I can't even say. What's the word? Don't even know it. Right, Heroes on a lap, coming through the first corner. Good exit. Coming up to turn 2. Braking at the 100 metre board. Lovely apex there. Good exit. Trying to get these soft tyres to work. Throw himself back up the grid. Get out of the area of elimination that he seems to find himself in right now. Dan's going to be looking to do the same. The Mercedes also will be looking to do the same. Ow, my head. Eyes just started hurting. Though I'm not going to have a seizure on stream. It's not that sort of bad. As long as the race is entertaining, I doubt you'll lose me. But if the race gets boring at any point, I might fall asleep. So, come on, boys. We need to get this race going. We need to be right on it. As Hero sets a 2.7. 2 tenths faster than anybody else. That's amazing from him. As we see the Mercedes coming through the final sector, he's going to throw himself up the grid into 8th. Still very, very, very close to the edge here, as the cut-off is still around the 3.7 from Hudson, as Jeff Forever still has the 10th place sealed. As we see Dan, who is now on a lap in P13. I think he mucked up his last lap, as Connor is also probably not going to get onto another lap. No, they are going to pull to the side of the track, retire into 15th. That's the end of their qualifying session. Z-Tech's onto a lap now as well, trying to get out of the danger zone. Dan coming through the middle sector. Purple in the middle sector, unsure if the game's telling the truth to us. Coming up through the final 2 corners. I'm going to have to rewatch the stream to see what happened to me before. But on to the final corner, and an absolutely amazing lap time from him. Puts him only a 10th away from Hero, along with Thomas as well, who's putting it up there in AMS123 right now. Come on, boys. Absolutely amazing. Well, Z-Techs in Cyclone and Legends won't be able to interrupt that, but will these two be able to climb their way out of Q2? Forever falls in, even though they have crashed at the start of the session. It's the Mercedes, the Ferrari as well, who's trying to maybe climb back up. They won't be able to, neither will Ireland, so it's literally just on these two to see who will get through to Q3. Coming round the final corner, across the line, no time from Z-Techs after an invalidation, but the Red Bull hasn't invalidated yet. Coming through the final 2 corners, the final corner now 4th, back up to 5th, good exit. That was a really nice run through there, as it's going to be a 1 minute 2.8, which puts him 3rd, splitting up AMS 123 to a 124 and pushing the Mercedes into Q2. Won't be running in Q3. Ferrari just scrapes through and so does 2, and that will be that for Q2. No one else will be setting a time, and we will be ready for Q3 shortly. As here you can see the people who have been eliminated. Here you are. Very close there, only a 10th for the Mercedes. Very unfortunate. But into Q3, these are the 10 that you'll be wanting to look out for. These 4 or 5 will be the ones who will be battling out at the top. Don't exclude Ducky and any of the other drivers, for a matter of fact, because you never know what can happen in this league. Is there anyone going to come out on pits? Come out of the pits? Here we go, our first car was out the pits. I'm pretty sure it was Hero. Here comes Thomas as well, one of the top 4 drivers. Yes, Hero, first position car from Q2. I posted this from last week as the first car out on track. I'm going to turn this galaxy light off. No, I'm not. It's nice and galaxy. And that's cool. So, keep that here. Okay, galaxy, and goes away to the galaxy. The F1 Galaxy, the Motorsport Galaxy, the galaxy of motor. I've turned it off. I'm good, me. I'm good at doing things. I promise I'm a human being that has a brain. Spin, 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 spin. Done. Right. I wasn't talking to the driver saying spin, if you just joined. I was talking about my light that spins. Hero coming around the final few corners as Ducky now comes onto the lap. First driver onto a lap, coming into the first corner. That was beautiful. That was a gorgeous first corner, but ruins the exit with a little bit of a lock-up on the entry. So a bit unfortunate for him, as Thomas is also coming through there with an invalidation. Will Hero break this curse? Yes, he does. Pardon me, Jesus Christ, that was a big one. Coming into turn 2, braking at the 100 metre board, absolutely perfect. A little bit of a lock-up, but it won't affect much. Probably won't cost him any time at all. If anything, gains him time. I mean, we all do a little bit of a lock-up with yellow flags in sector 2. We were trying to get out of the way. Into turn 3, lovely apex. Late apex there, try to get the best exit they can into the middle section of the track and final sector. Through the left-handers here, absolutely gorgeous from him. Brilliant lap. This might put him in the 8s again. Was it? No. Yeah. No. The 2-minute 8s. The 1 minute 2.8s. Coming around the final corner. Like the point. Watch. Oh, he invalidates, unfortunately. It would have been a. Shall we see? If this was a 1 minute 2.8, I will stand by my word. Oh, it was really close at 1 minute 2.9. See, he was nearly there though. He would have been first. That was the lap that he was looking for. I think that's the same. Is that the same time? Near enough. It's 6 thousandths away from each other. So Hero would have been on pole by 6 thousandths if it weren't for that. But that 6 thousandths would have been that invalidation. So you can understand why the game hasn't given it. Because that 6 thousandths could have given pole away. As you see Dan go past, who is in P2 on a 1 minute 3.0 hit. Everyone's going to be going for the fastest laps they can. As you see Ducky coming through the final corner. Where's he going to go on his lap? He's going to go up to P1 on a 1 minute 2.9. He is on a 9.11, which is around a quarter of a tenth faster than Cyclone. As we see Hero retiring. Why is this? We don't know right now, as we switch to Island, who's just missed it. We need to switch to a car that isn't missing it, as we're trying our best to try and get, I think it was this damage, was it retirement on track? I'm unsure. I tried to switch to a car as quick as possible, but it didn't look like there was anything there. So I think it was rather someone dropped it. Hero dropped it, but that is Hero, our pole sitter from last week, is now already out of this qualifying session without even setting a time. They will be starting P10 as long as no one else retires. I think it's only Thomas and the Williams that we are on board with who have just returned to the pits, so they will need to retire for anything to happen. Twiggy turning to the pits along with Ducky, so no action for the moment out on track as we sit and wait for the roaring V6s, as we see one of them now one of the roaring remixes coming out on track here. The number 2. Tizzy. Pronunciations can be anything you'd like. Tizy, tizzy, tiz, or tis, or titsy, or titsy, or anything you like. It doesn't matter because they are fast and they can set really good times. Can I also just say I'm not on any drugs or drunk on this stream? I won't do that. Wait, man, I wish I had some alcohol with me. I haven't in a few, probably over half a year. I've been clean, so don't even try and blame that on me. I'm just fatigued and sugar dump as well. I had a sugar dump in Q1 from all my Pepsis, so still trying to get it down me, but I think I've become dependent over the last few days on these sugary drinks to keep me awake. The Alfa Romeo is coming through. So dependent, I forgot how to actually drink it. Coming into turn 2. Bit of twitchiness on the entry and exit, but gets a good exit nonetheless. Coming out onto the straight. And can I also just point out the camera settings are what used to be used on the 1990s cars, which is like lower down on the side pod, and they are still used on today's cars for the offset camera. That's why the camera is on like that side, and I'm Chinese apparently, so we'll change that now. Look, control, that's not what graphics, isn't it? No, it's not. Oh no, on-screen display. See, I know my. If it's not on here, I give up. I keep. I'm audio. Why is it on audio? Why? I guess it's because the. There you go, boys and girls. Have that. Happy? Good. I have to change that back after this. The pain. Coming into turn 2 is the Williams right now. Beautiful from them. Good exit. Oh, to see this font's making it even worse for me, man. Look at it. Look at it. Look at that ugly font. They're all fat and ugly. Like this is fonts going from some skinny bloke to man versus food sort of stuff. It's just, yeah, morbidly obese. As there's an invalidation from the Williams there. I think there's some difficulties through that corner and through the final corner as well with invalidations, as they are going to go blasting onto another lap. I'll get some more telemetry up for you. There you are. Enjoy the telemetry in which I'm providing. Try not to throw up everything that I've ever consumed in my life right now. Invalidation again. Just waiting for someone else to set a lap. Ducky's on a lap. Ducky's coming through the final 2 corners. Ducky is going to set a 1 minute 2.6, which is the fastest time we've seen all day. Puts him first ahead of Cyclone, where he already was, but he's increased his gap to around 2.5 tenths. That's going to be really difficult to beat now as Ducky just extends his lead at the top of the standings here in Q3. The standings of the qualifying session. Well, the actual standings, you don't get points in qualifying. Don't be that dumb. I wish you did, because it's a place where I can't crash. Have I ever crashed? I don't think I've ever crashed in quali. Facts with Rambo. Rambo's never crashed in qualifying. I'm quite good at getting pole positions actually in leagues where I'm actually quite competitive, as Ducky removes himself from the racing line to allow the Alfa Romeo to go through. The Alfa Romeo F1 team. Orlan. It's just Orlan. I don't need to put an Irish accent on to say the company that definitely isn't Irish. Orlan. It's Orlan. Or Orlan. Or Ireland. As Ducky retires from the session, he thinks that that's the best he's ever going to do around here. To be fair, I don't think I could get him within a second of that, so GG mate. As we see, anyways, Dan coming across the line, starting his lap after invalidation. Twiggy also had a lap, like I said. Anyone could do this, and he was in the bottom half of this top 10 getting through into Q3. Now look, he's right within the mix. And the 1 minute 2s are usually Ireland as well, giving it a run for his money. Thomas as well. Let's ride on board with Thomas for a bit. I know that Thomas would love that. Coming through the left-hander, absolutely lovely. Try not to invalidate on the exit here. He gets a good throttle input. He's going to try his best not to go wide into the final 2 corners. We'll come off of his screen actually. I won't put him under too much pressure. JK into the final corner. He's going to get a really good exit actually. And where's he going to go? He's going to go on a 1 minute 2.9, which puts him 4th. So looks like I pushed him to his boundaries there, trying to. He's done a really good job there. As Ireland puts himself 3rd. It's really close. All of the top 5 are on a 1 minute 9, except first himself. He'll just lead top Ducky. He's just in a league of his own right now. His Cyclone is 2/10 faster. That's a purple middle sector. Will he be able to pull something out the bag? If he can nail these final 2 corners, he'll be able to take pole from Ducky through the final corner. Good exit. This could be pole position. A 1 minute 2.5, and it's pole position for the Red Bull. Cyclone has come out of nowhere and improved by around 3.5 tenths. To take Ducky's pole. Thanks, Codemasters. We love Codemasters. We love you, Codemasters. We do. We love you, Codemasters. We do. We love you, Codemasters. We do. Oh, Codemasters, we love you. No, we really don't. Bugger off. You can't make a game that works. And now I've just crashed. I mean, the lobby's getting restarted anyway, but it's just like, come on, man. We despise you, Codemasters. Alright, so we're going to load into the other lobby. I'm just going to check Divot. Ow, that's a spot. Check all the chats to see everything. General. Yeah, lobby. We will do a restart after quali because everything, yeah, so we will be receiving an invite. I have apparently received another 1,200. Be nice. Should we do another item shop as we see the restart happen? I've dropped my phone. Probably a bad thing. What's in here? I'm 50 points off of whatever this is. And if it's something good, I'm going to be very upset because there's nothing of interest on my right hand side. In this time, I can go and take a fat dump. So whoever's setting the lobby up, if you can invite me now, because I am desperate to exhale my body. Thank you very much. I need to like do my thing because I don't want to end up having accidents mid-race. So I think we're gonna, just. I bet Crofty has his moments. I mean, I don't have my routines and stuff sorted out. I bet Crofty has everything sorted. He does his little potty training before the race and stuff. He whips out his daughter's potty. He's just like, yes, Martin Brundle, give me a minute. I'm using the potty, and then he'll squat over the potty and he'll just meditate on the potty before the race, so he doesn't need to leave the commentary box. Martin Brundle just holds it in because he's big hard man. Anyway, I don't do that. I don't do either. I'm ginger. I don't have a soul, so I need to go and do my thing. So I'll be back. Let me press spectate, and we should be good to go. Right. Right. That's that over. Hasn't helped at all. If anything, it's made everything worse. Yeah, everything's a lot worse. Oh my god. Right. I have some issues after this, boys. I think I've had some dodgy takeaways over the past few days. So here we are, sat doing NRC, and I have... Oh no. See, Crofty's right, he should. I'm having issues with my digestive system. Jesus. Right. I'm gonna sit down in a minute. I can't sit down right now. Something bad would happen. I'm trying to compose myself beforehand and hope. Right. This is scary because I went to, known restaurants. I didn't go to some I went McDonald's and KFC, and you'd expect some good food there that doesn't make you explode, but I'm about to explode. Maybe it was the spicy wings I had before. They've just gone straight through me. Right. Breathe. Right, I'm gonna take a seat. That was a reasonable idea. Let me get my phone out. No, I'm not, because my hand can't reach it. There we go. I want to look at what people are saying. Right, come on. Can we get back to racing? Yes! Good. Right, we're going to get underway for round 7 here, the race. That's not the name of the I imagine, just Austria, the race. And then just intense heavy metal, like rock hitting, and everyone's just screaming. And just Vettel flies past in a massive spin, and Grosjean crashes into a barrier. Magnussen just tells, I don't know, a marshal to suck his kneecaps, and Jesus Christ is compelled by Daniel Kvyat. Things happen, and then we do the race. That's what's going to happen here. It's going to be really, really entertaining. I hope you're ready. Hopefully there won't be too much contact. We don't want that. We don't want contact where it causes arguments. I mean, if we're going to have spectacular contact where it's nobody's fault, I'm down. Like, if it's just a racing incident but someone flips a million times, I'll scream. But if I don't want no arguments, because that's not what the league's about. This league is a good league. I've enjoyed my tenure here as a commentator. It's been fun. And to be fair, I'd commentate on Tier 2 as well, but unfortunately I can't because of RVR. So yeah, I'd race Tier 2, but I can't because of RVR. So yeah, don't live off takeaways, I think, is the tip of the day, because I feel sick and other things at the same time, and it's horrible. Whew. And I've still got more fizzy drink downstairs, and that's probably going to get consumed too by the end of today. I probably am as well. So this race is going to go perfect. By the end of this, I'm going to be a cripple, and everyone's going to be laughing. Z-Tex has just said in the Discord server to a former commentator, I can smell your breath through the mic, mate. Shush. Well, my question is, how's the smell of my breath? Hope it's good. As we wait for everyone to ready up and start the strategy, let's make sure that mic is clean. Good. We are out because I want to see some racing. I think the people on the stream want to see some racing. We want to see some racing. Oh, we want to see some wheel banging. We want to see some up the inside moves. We want to see some round the outside moves. We want to see some safety cars. We want to see some spinalas. Oh, who's ready up? Yes, this is going to be good. I'm hyped. I've got my energy back. Don't know where I got it from. I think it's the pain just urging me on. I feel like Martin Brundle after a curry. It's brilliant. Here we go for the formation lap. Let me put my controller in my hand. There we are. Let's get all these sorted here. So we're going to do, not position change, we're going to do tyre. We're going to do enable, enable, enable. We're going to do interval, and that will be that. This is this. This is what you're going to get. I need to change these again. It was audio settings, 180 years. England, orphan. There's your predicted stop strategy. It's a soft, medium, soft sort of thing. Everybody on the outside of the top 10 has gone onto the medium tyres because they will be going onto the softs at the end, and then it's vice versa for the other half of the field. So it's like, how are they going to compare? I think it will just split down the middle. There will just be different leagues at the and then it will mix at the end. So for the first half, we're going to have a very, very, very iffy race, maybe some safety cars after the start, but some good qualifying, especially from Cyclone. Brilliant qualifying from him. He wasn't here last week, I don't think, and then comes back and gets pole position. Hero's going to be disappointed after being allegedly taken out by Mr. P5. Yeah, so hopefully we can all get through the first 3 corners without any of our rear ends blowing off, including mine. That'd be grateful, because this is torture. Oh, I'm sleeping tonight. Yeah. I'm having a line tomorrow, man. Anyway, we can all have a line tomorrow because we're all going to be tired after this absolute banger that you're about to see. Absolute banger. We've got a Red Bull and an Alpha Tauri in first and second, so they're going to crash into each other. It's going to be amazing. Anyway, they're not. They're clean drivers. We're clean. It's quite clean. As you can see, Cole and Phoenix have joined. They're going to be starting at the back. I don't know why I went Irish and then into an American accent for that sentence. I just felt like it. It's in my bones. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights for the Austrian Grand Prix. Lights out and away we go. Good start from the Red Bull here as the Alpha Tauri tries to pull alongside. Everyone's going to be battling this. There's a good start from the Racing Point in the middle along with the Williams. The Williams is up the side, it's contact! Ducky and Dan around, and they're going to be at the back of the field. Absolute scenes here. As third, second and third have been taken out. Twiggy as well in the Red Bull. It's so off. Jesus, the spicy sauce was a bad idea. As you can see, Hero is already up to third. What a start from last week. Oh, what a start from last week. And maybe race winner, I cannot remember, because I have had memory of a fish, as we can tell from this stream alone. As we see Jaff Forever get past the Williams here, who's on the soft, deep in the midfield, trying to get their way back up to the other soft runner. Z-Tex is probably looking really happy here. Loving the smell of my breath through the mic, I'm betting. As we can see position changes up and down the grid. We see people with wing damage coming into the pits. Ducky's in the pits after wing damage off of Dan, who Dan will probably be receiving a penalty for that, as I think Ducky won't be very happy with the antics from Dan with a massive dive bomb, as he's already caught up to the back of the field. But the leader right now, we will find him. It's this man. And then we run down the field here. Ducky is actually last position for the moment, unfortunately, but Dan is ahead of these drivers here as the other Dan, Phoenix, just like Cole through. Phoenix being very nice there. Cole's got the pace, I think, so be good for him as Amos Dan moves up a little more. as all of the timing screens sort themselves out. Here is your time screens for the moment. It's looking really good for Thomas and Hero, who had some, let's say, collisions. I think it was a collision, or maybe someone forced someone else off the track, or avoiding someone maybe in qualifying. Apparently, Thomas was the cause. I mean, a lot of people just blame Thomas for everything. I mean, it's the easy option, but it's not the fair option. I think Thomas. I just think he was just being too pink in the racing point and it put Hero off. So it wasn't really Thomas's fault. It was BWT. As we can see, Ireland catching right up to the back of Hero's Renault. Everyone's looking about trying to get ahead of the car in front. Everyone's in a big DRS train. As we see the Cole, Amos Cole trying to go around the outside of NLC Arctic here. Going up to the left-hander. He's going to be going up the inside into the left-hander as this wheel banging. The Alpha, the Racing Point, sorry, is had to back out of that one. Will the Alpha Tauri get away with it? I don't know. Will it go to the stewards? I highly doubt it. It's just wheel banging. Cole's got the pace anyways. Dan's trying to make moves as well. Stubbsy's got a bit of rear end there. Gonna run wide. That's going to be giving them a warning, I'm pretty sure. I was getting a good exit will be key out of here as well. Dan saves his ERS. Stubbsy also now saving his. Stubbsy will be in the DRS and slipstream with Connor ahead, though. It's going to be difficult for Cole as well to catch up to this train, as it's just a big train leading up to 7th position, which might be going to the Williams here. He's gone up the inside of Legends in the McLaren, and that's that. The Williams takes over as the Ferrari's also looking at the McLaren on the outside into turn 3. Right on the outside, cuts back, trying to get on the inside or outside for the next corner at turn 6. Can't get it done. Or turn 5, sorry, this is turn 6 now. As there's a penalty for Stubbsy, as I expected. Stubbsy's going to be under threat from Dan here. If Dan can keep the pressure on his set of softs, that's going to be playing into his hands a lot as well. Cole's going to have to keep up with him on the soft tyres if he wants any chance of this race right now. But the people that are pulling away at the front, Thomas is really getting pressure by Hero, as Thomas is putting in a shift right now. Thomas is actually doing really, really well for himself. I am pleasantly surprised at Thomas's pace against some of these drivers. I thought he'd be a bit more in the mix of it with these lot in this train, but he's doing really well for himself. And do you know what? This has been really good, but as we can see, the side-by-side action as the Alfa Romeo goes up the inside of the Haas into turn 3. Absolutely brilliant move for NTGT on Ireland. Through he goes. I don't care how I pronounce names, by the way, so laugh or you want. I'll say stupid names on purpose. I hope you laugh. Show your day a little bit. As Amos Dawn is trying to get Stubbsy. Stubbsy. That's going to be a warning, surely. That was more track extending than my dog did to try and sniff some pee last week. That was insane. Stubbsy getting really, really bad lines through that corner. But then gets a really good one through the final corner, meaning that Dan can't do anything. It's really difficult for him because he's just in the DRS. Stubbsy is, so he can sit there and wait and hope that it's going to be okay. But I think Dan's gonna start thinking about it soon, because Cole is right behind him now. He's closing the gap immensely on Dan, and Dan's going to start making mistakes in the dirty air. Tyres will start going off, as you can see here, is also locking up into there, unfortunately. For him, that will be a little bit of tyre air, maybe a flat spot for him. But this man in the Red Bull is leading for now. Thomas is closing in a little bit on him. It's only a 5-10 gap right now. DRS can play into anyone's hands here. As we can see, Ducky trying to get past the Ferrari. Pulls to the left-hand side of Hudson. Hudson is going to be catching up to the Mercedes. There's slight contact on the rear there. But round the outside, he tries his wheel contacts as the Ferrari forces him so far off the track. But he stays round the outside, squeezes him right to the edge of the track. Beautiful racing from the Alpha Tauri. Does the exact same thing that Cole does, but even more aggressive. And well deserved from him. Next up is the Mercedes ahead, who looks to be having issues himself. Maybe just, you know, running low on ER. I think it's just DRS. Like a DRS here, as everyone else does have DRSs. There's a spin from Arctic. Now, was that off another car? I think it might have been. There's this wing damage on him there. I'm unsure if it was off another car. If it was, then it will get submitted. And there will be a clip up somewhere for you to go and search for. So, if it was, just probably DM the drivers themselves. You'll be able to find it. You're unfortunate. Thomas as well has now got a 3-second time penalty. Everyone's going to be getting them here as legends. Not legends, drive forever's got one as well. So this is going really, really poorly for some people here. But I think it's Austria. Everyone's going to get at least one. If you if you don't, then you're doing really well. As we can see, Thomas just not close enough. As I blinked for about half a second, and Hero's already passed after a bit of oversteer from Thomas. And Thomas is absolutely flustered coming down that straight. So am I. Don't you worry, Tom. I am absolutely flustered. There's bit of oversteer. Tom just needs to get. I'm going to let him get in the zone. I'm not going to be on board with him. I'm just let him do his thing. As we see this train getting heated up even more. My voice is going in the gutters here. The spicy sauce is death in my throat. As we see the Ferrari falling back even, not the Ferrari, the McLaren falling back even more. The Ferrari around the outside of Drive Forever. Drive Forever is now in 8th position, chasing down 7th or 6th actually. Z-Tex is keeping up with these soft runners in the lead, which would be brilliant for him as he can get onto the soft later on in the race. He's got a big 4.5 second gap to the Williams behind, and only a second gap to the cars in front. So he just needs to keep managing that, try and get himself in the DRS. He might be able to carry himself along, which is brilliant for him. As we can see, Hero is now on the attack on Cyclone. The Cyclone taps the grass. Hero's going to be putting everything into it on the exit of this corner, I think. Will he go for it here? He goes for a little bit of a dive. He puts his nose there. Forces Cyclone wide, but Cyclone will get a better exit. He's going to apply the DRS. Will he apply overtake into turn 3 here? He's not going to touch the overtake point. Yes, he is. He turns on overtake. The move for the lead here on lap 9. Up the inside for the Renault. Hero takes the lead. Will he keep it though? Round the outside into turn 4 will be very, very difficult. Round the outside, and will he get it done? The Renault is right round the outside of the Red Bull into turn 5 or 6. Into turn 8, still side by side as the Red Bull goes round the outside. Would that be an illegal overtake though? The Red Bull's gone. The Red Bull spins on his own on the exit curb. And that throws everything up as Thomas is trying to go around the outside. I think these yellow flags, I think it might be a safety car, virtual safety car, that is, or is it a full course caution? We're unsure right now. As we're back sort of up to racing speed, is full course safety car deployed for the Red Bull. I think the Red Bull has got some damage on the track. Jesus Louise, my voice is going to die. We're only a third into this race. You know, it's a VSC. VSC, I have misread. As you can see, the Red Bull and the Alfa Romeo going side by side there. Still trying to get one on the leader with wing damage. The former leader, he's going to be really kicking himself now. But the yellow flags will be coming off very, very, very shortly. Hero is going to be under the attack from Thomas, who is under the attack from the Alfa Romeo Island. And don't cancel out Z-Tex. He's gained a massive gap in this as the yellow flags are now raised back down. I don't know how you can raise something down. I think that's called like putting them down. But we're raising them down because we're magicians and we can do that, and we're wizards. Thomas is under the attack into the first corner from the Alfa Romeo. The Alfa Romeo might not be able to do it, so he might nearly clip the back of Thomas. This is really letting Hero get away here, as Thomas is probably going to be itching to try and just catch back up to the Renault as into this corner, as he might hit the back of the Renault here. Just as the Renault gets a poor exit here, will he be able to get DRS and overtake on him? Will he be able to make a move similar to what Hero did on the Red Bull here? He might be able to. He's going to look at the nose there, but he's not going to go for it yet, as he gets really, really close. Up to 2/10 gap there between the Racing Point and the Renault there on track, as we see Zetec as well on those mediums, just keeping it there. Even though he's very, very quiet in this race, he's still there and he's still within the chance of winning this race. And I think I'm going to keep my eyes on him as we see Cyclone pitting onto the hards. He'll be going to the end now. He's got clear space. He'll be trying to push. He'll be trying to get some time back as Thomas coming around the final few corners. He's the only one in this lead group who has a penalty for the moment, but he's going to be trying to focus on Hero. He's going to be getting DRS and trying to defend from Alfa Romeo at the same time with Tizzy. Good exit from Thomas here as he uses his overtake. He might need to turn it off a little bit. Going up to the right-hander. Stick your nose there. Let Hero know you're there. Make Hero make a mistake. Come on, you just need to pressure and do the same that he did to the Red Bull. Good exit. He needs the overtake now. I'd say wait next lap. Wait next lap if I was him. Coming into this right-hander, yep, it's probably a bad time right now. As you can see, a lock up from Hero, which puts everyone even more closer. As Zetec is just waiting and waiting to see if he can pounce, see if he can get himself ahead of Ireland into P4. He's just a little bit off, but I think he's got the DRS, and because he's in the train itself, will protect him a little bit more from the Williams, who he was under threat by, who's gained like half of the gap that they actually had. As Drive Forever is also in 7th. Doing really well for themselves out of everyone else on the mediums, best of the rest. There's a bit of oversteer moment there, but I think that's just the mediums starting to go off a little bit. 12 laps old, people are going to start pitting soon, as we see Thomas get very aggressive on that curb. Gets overtake turned on this lap, as the Haas is going to be looking on the attack of the Alfa Romeo here, as he brakes late, puts his front wing up the inside. No contact, but I don't think it's going to work. It's just going to make the McLaren pounce on the Haas around the outside into turn 3 here. Will it be possible with the medium tyres? I think the soft tyres are really going off at this stage. So he's perfect for him, as he's going to have the pace for the rest of the race until the final dying moments. So this is perfect for him. He needs to start pouncing like this. As the Haas tries it around the outside, but he's not going to be able to make it work, as the Haas will have to back out. Now the McLaren's on the attack on the Alfa Romeo as well. The McLaren's doing really well for himself on this medium stint. Will the Alfa Romeo return to the pits, or will it continue? I think they will continue for another few laps on those sets of softs, as the Alfa Romeo does receive a penalty on those last few corners. As you can see, the McLaren's going to be using everything to try and catch up to the Alfa Romeos using overtake. But the Racing Point as well will be trying to catch up to Hero. Amos Thomas trying to catch up, as you can see, all up and down the grid. This battle is like this going on. It's just a slipstream train fest galore thing. And Dan, Stubbsy, Cole is all in one here, as Cole's getting very close to the back of Dan. Unable to do anything because of the DRS that he has on Stubbsy, and just can't get his way past Stubbsy. As we can see, Hero and Thomas there, as Hero's having really bad lock-up issues coming into turn 4. Not much more going on down the grid. Is a little bit of a mistake from Drive Forever on the exit of turn 4, coming into turn 5 and 6. 7 and 8 here. 8 coming up now, as Thomas, will he dive into the pits? The McLaren has made his way past the Alfa Romeo, and the McLaren hits the Racing Point as the Racing Point tries to turn into the pit lane. I think it was really just trying to follow the slipstream into the final corner, and just a little bit of misunderstanding from the two, but no damage was done. I don't think anything will be submitted. Thomas into the pit lane, trying to get the undercut on Hero. Zetec is going to stay out for now, and he's going to wait until around lap 15 to come back out on a set of softs, and he's going to go on the attack. He's going to be the one with the upper hand right now. He just needs to be cautious. Coming in to turn 4, but Haas getting really close to the back of the McLaren here, as we can also see Hodgson, who's DNF'd in the pit lane from 18th. Unfortunately for him, as Stubbsy's got another 3-second penalty, back down in 9th position, as Cole's getting very close to him now. But so is Phoenix and Cole. Thomas is a little far behind them. Thomas is going to be pushing like mad to try and catch up to Hero now. Will Hero react? Yes, he does. That will put Zetec into the lead the Austrian Grand Prix on his set of mediums. He's doing really well here. He could be in. I think I'm going to put my money on the McLaren here. Rather the McLaren or the Renault. One of the two. I think a Renault-powered car will win this Grand Prix. At this stage anyway, as we see the grid mixing up due to the pit stops. But Thomas will nearly jump Hero. It's going to be really, really close. And will he jump Hero? Hero's coming out of the pit just behind him. He's going to have overtake. He's not going to have DRS yet, though. He's going to get DRS onto the next straight. Will it be enough? He's going to be using everything he can. He's going to be using enrichment. He's going to be using overtake. Into turn 2. Good exit will be key here to try and get Thomas on the stride. Don't think he's going to be close enough. Nowhere near close enough. He's up to 6/10 on the exit of turn 2. As we see Stubbsy climb his way past the McLaren of Legends. Cole just has to sit back and watch as we see Legends try his best to defend from these two. As Legends just sits here. Now as Cole stalks his prey. Waiting for the chance to attack. Where's he going to attack? It looks like he's going to attack up here to try and make himself seem strong. The McLaren has wing damage, which also helps the fact. And he climbs his way up to 6th position. But right now, AMS Thomas is in that lead. If we change the intervals to leader, the McLaren would come out around 12th, 13th position. He's losing time right now. So he just needs to try his best, keep going until he finds it right to pit for soft, which will be in around 3 to 4 laps on those sets of tyres. As we see Twiggy retain another 3-second time penalty. As we look down the grid, Hero and Legends are really close. Cole and Phoenix are also really close as well. As Placky has done well to climb his way up into 2nd position. As E-Tech still leads, coming out of turn 2. Hero will be has climbed his way back past Thomas. I've completely missed that. As Stubbsy as well has lost himself out to Phoenix. As Hero seems to have the better pace on the set of mediums, but we need to keep an eye out on Z-Tex. When is Z-Tex going to pit? When is he going to pit? When is he going to show this pace on the set of softs that he needs? Will he even have the pace on the softs? Will he just be just a shiner on those mediums, or will he be able to come out on the softs and set a good lap? Those mediums seem to be going off. He's using a lot of overtake here. I think this might be his own lap or one of his last laps. Throwing it through the final corner, yeah, I think this will be his last attempt at the fastest lap before he returns to the pit lane, trying to compare himself to his softer, more agile self to translate the qualifying lap. So my eyes are starting to sting. Hold on. I'm going to have to keep my right eye closed, which is really, really difficult as I'm really bad sighted to the point of nearly blindness in my left eye. So I'm unable to read right now. I'm able to see the cars, and that's really it. And this is Z-Tex, and this is Placky, and this is Draft Ripper. And this is, oh come on, Connor. Ow. This is Phoenix, and this is Stubbsy. This is Cole. This is Hero. I'm just trying my best. My body seems to be breaking down on me a little bit here. It decides to do that now, of course, on stream instead of, you know, the hours and hours I've given it to do this. What my eye really stings. Really bad. Whew. I can't even open it. Right, come on. Oh. Connor is trying the I'm so sorry. Ferrari into the pits here. Hero is ahead of Thomas, who's doing well for himself. we can see, Stubbsy looking at Phoenix next. He's under threat from Cole, who's looking on a mission. My eyes kind of sorted itself out. It's getting a bit worse now, but I think I've sort of got used to it. It's every time I blink, it gets a bit dodgy, so I need to be more careful. As Cole goes up the inside of Stubbsy, beautiful move, using the overtake. As we can see, around the final corner, Cole has lost some time to Phoenix here. As we see Placky into the pit, Z-Tech stays out on track still. He's going to be losing time, but he's going to make the softs vast lovely. He's going to make sure he can push for the full extent of his stint. Pit around now, as you can see, Hero gaining as Thomas climbs his way past Stubbsy, as these lot are now in traffic, as Hero has to go to the inside of Cole. Cole's giving him a run for his money, trying to maybe hold him up a little bit, not on purpose, but he will be doing. This will be holding him up against Z-Tex, as Cole really spicing it up here, as there's every single time he locks up, it looks like he's having an engine failure into that corner. Wouldn't surprise me with that Renault engine. We see Thomas trying to close in, and Cole, hopefully there'll be no crashes between anyone here, as we see the fresh tyres catching up to the slower tyres, as Hero tries to get past his teammate Phoenix. Phoenix is returning to the pit lane, I'm pretty sure, so that won't be an issue for him, as Hero will now take onto the lead, as I think Cole's followed him in. Z-Tex is also into the pits. Here comes Z-Tex. Where's Z-Tex going to come out on the soft? He's going to come out quite far behind. Z-Tex might even come out behind the Ferraris. He comes out in fifth. He's around 3 or 4 seconds behind the leader. 4.8 seconds. I think that's gainable, as we see the Alfa Romeo trying to battle past Thomas, and he's just got back up into P2, and he's going to be trying to push Hero, with Thomas is going to be trying to find himself back into P2 too. He gets very close to the back of the Alfa Romeo. The Haas as well is around 1.2 seconds behind them. Drive Forever is also got that sort of gap as Z-Tex Island, but for this train as well, as we see Cole, Stubbsy and Phoenix still in their battle for the final point out of the lot, as we see Cyclone hasn't really recovered from the first incident, stays in 14th, not really gaining too much time, as everyone else ahead is on the soft and they will be flying away into the distance. But Z-Tex now closing in even more. It's already got down to around gained around a second in around 2 or 3 laps, which is absolutely outstanding. If he keeps going at that pace, he might be able to just eke out a race win, as we see Dan with the fastest lap at the moment, as the fastest lap might end up going to Z-Tex, as Z-Tex is trying to push as hard as he can. You can see him using overtake down the straight. He's going to be trying to get fastest lap. Everyone's going to be after fastest lap because they want as much points as possible in these standings. As we see Thomas still trying to number who's still trying to somehow get past Amos Hero, who's doing a really good job at the front, just controlling the pack, trying to keep them away. Don't want them getting too close. You can see Thomas and this get very close to Hero Heyman's turn 2. Will anything happen? A decent exit from both of them? What's it going to lead to, as Thomas just has to sit back and watch here as the Alfa Romeo doesn't use any overtake yet, so he's not going to use it this lap. He's going to wait until the next lap to try and use the emoji to try and overtake you on his bread with his... I don't know why I said that. Why? My head is somewhere else right now. Well, Z-Tex has caught up to this train while I've been going on about bread, overtaking Ireland. And Zutex is looking really good for the win here. He's looking at Thomas on his set of softs. He's looking really, really, really good. Is he on fastest lap right now? No, he's not. Stubbs is taking it for now as a good exit from him. Could put him alongside, if not overtake Thomas, as Thomas uses overtake down this straight. But then he will be vulnerable through the next few more straights. There's a lot better line from Zetex, who doesn't have a penalty, pulls him alongside Thomas, and that's it for Thomas. Falls out of the podium positions. But Tizzy goes up the inside of Hero into turn 2. Absolutely brilliant racing here as Hero tries to do the cutback. He can't get it done. Hero's trying to just get some sort of overtake button. There we go. DRS enabled for the Renault. Going to the outside. The McLaren on the sort of sit backs and waits to see what can happen. See if he can get his nose involved. As we see that the Renault has lost the lead. As the Alfa Romeo will now lead. Will he try to get a gap? Hero's going to be on the attack under defence from Zetex, as Thomas really just has to sit back and watch with Zetex having a lot better pace than these lot, a lot fresher tyres and a lot softer tyres than the rest of these guys. Has gained so much damage. We see Hero trying to warm up his tyres, and we know how much more grip these softs have had at the start of the race, especially now at the end. So we will be able to see Hero trying to attack the Alfa Romeo, maybe not, maybe trying to just stay there, trying to protect himself from the McLaren instead of being in the lead with the McLaren behind. I think that's more easy for his race, better race craft. As you can see, not using overtake, even though it's derating as we come into turn 2. As the McLaren's up the inside and Hero's lost the back end. I didn't notice that, but the McLaren has sent it and he's got the move done. And Hero's been baffled now, as Thomas will be looking to try and get the podium off of him. And he's looking really close from the Alfa Romeo. The Alfa Romeo is going to be feeling the pressure. He's got to be. As the McLaren has done really well here to climb his way up the grid. I'm going to touch wood to make sure that he doesn't, crash off in the next 10 laps. Because I've really wanted him to climb up, and I've really wanted him to prevail. It would have been an amazing race, starting from where did he start? He started in 14th position. This has been a brilliant drive to try and climb up to the lead. And will he be able to get out on this next lap coming? He's got a lot of ERS compared to the Alfa Romeo, nearly quadruple, 5-6 times the amount the Alfa Romeo has. So will he be able to try and make a move? Not really many moves going on back down the field. It's really just at the front where things are going on. As Zetex pulls to the outside using just DRS itself. No overtake's been needed. I think he's going to save that for when the Alfa Romeo himself tries to go on the attack on the next straight. The McLaren will get out of the corner. Well, try it. Yep, overtake enabled. Overtake's been enabled in the Alfa Romeo, but it's not going to be able to do anything. And I think that's the McLaren have gone into the distance if he can get a 4/10 gap in this middle sector, which I think he will be able to. And that will be that at the front of the field, but not fully for second place and third place, as we see Thomas will be still itching at this podium position. Seeing these two cars ahead of him, really wanting this, along with the Ireland. Placky is also catching up to this pack on a set of softs, which are only a lap older than Zetex, as Zetex was told to actually by somebody to finish a race for once, and he's actually going to win it at this rate. Once again, Touchwood to try and make sure that he doesn't crash out in the next few laps. Commentator's curse, we don't want that on the man who's leading our race. Coming through the first few corners, it is a second gap now, even though, yep, the Alfa Romeo will no longer have the RS, and that is that. The McLaren will catch no one now, who will be on his own at the front. As there's yellow flags, as Stubbsy's been disqualified. I don't know what that's for. I don't know why Stubbsy's been disqualified. Very unusual. But that is an Alfa Romeo out of the race. I'm unsure on why that might have been. But hey, I think we just move on with it. Hero is still under the attack from Thomas, who's still trying to attack Tizzy, so it's just a big train of people trying to get one on each other. Not really much going on at the moment, as we see the Haas trying to catch up, as well as Placky's really caught up onto the back of this train. Almost drive forever. All the soft runners really got to the back of it now. The ones who did well, the next medium runner is around 5 seconds, 6 seconds down the road, so he won't be trying to get involved in this battle for the podium positions anytime soon. But Hero's looking very, 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 very close on the Alfa Romeo. A good exit from him could fire him up into the second place positions, and maybe Thomas as well could try and find a third. Ireland's trying to find a fourth, and also penalties going to play into it as well, which right now would put Hero second and Ireland third. So right now this isn't even your real podium. We don't know until after the race what the actual podium will be. I will, as soon as we know what tyres people are on, I will switch to penalties for the end of the race, just in case any glitches happen or anything, so we know the actual results with the actual penalties that have been applied. No need for tyres, regs here, knowing what people are on. We sort of know what people are on. People are important anyway in this. So Hero is looking very, 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 very aggressive as there's yellow flags in this first sector, as we see a Williams to the side of the track trying to get out of the way. It's Dan who seems to maybe have damage, maybe have a puncture. It might be a puncture for Dan. No, he's retired of the track, unfortunately for him, but it's easy tizzy as I think under the attack from Hero now, as Thomas is just sat behind waiting for something to happen, as the Alfa Romeo doesn't have enough ERS, as the Renault has 83% ERS, and he will be on the attack. He will have a lot of firepower back up his sleeve to try and get past the Alfa Romeo, as the Racing Point is under attack from the Haas, who has around 10% more ERS, so it's going to be very close between these. It's now pushing around 15 more, so it's around 10 to 20 more percent ERS for the Haas behind, and around 10 times for Hero in front for Thomas. So he needs to just keep it going and keep trying his best to get this podium position. Not much going on, as we can see, but now something's going to go as we see everyone fly past. Hero's pulled up alongside, round the outside for him, as he's got the move done, and so has Ireland. Ireland copies him here, but unlike Tizzy, Thomas gives a fight back, but they cloned each other's moved into that corner, and that is a move for them, as Ducky seems to be round somewhere as he into the pits trying to set fastest lap. I assume so, going onto the soft tyres there. He's going to be going for fastest lap to take that off. I'm pretty sure Stubbsy, I will be able to check now. No, it's Twiggy for the moment, so just trying to keep it from getting to the leaders. But a 4-second gap to Zetex, who's leading right now. Absolutely amazing from him. Today's been a brilliant day, as Hero is under the attack from the Alfa Romeo. No longer. He can try and get a gap maybe with some pace. It's a 6/10 gap between them, but it's a 5/10 gap between him and the Haas. I think Thomas is going to be kicking himself with Placky behind with around the same amount of ERS. I mean, they're all running low ERS now except for Hero, who's got around 60%. So I think Hero will be safe until the end of this race now, with only about 5 laps remaining. The short, quick track, as we see Thomas still trying to claw their way up, as we see everyone else behind as well. And we're going to cut to the broadcast view as we just see everyone trundling around the Red Bull ring, trying to scramble some points in. As we see Zetex in the lead, done a brilliant race from 14th and is now dominating, still gaining another half a tenth on Hero, half a second on Hero recently. But the Alfa Romeo has a lot of penalties, so much in fact that it might even bump Placky up to 4th position here if he can just stay where he is. I think he's going to be on the attack of the Racing Point though. Coming into turn 1, he won't be able to attack him here. There's big hit of oversteer for Placky there. Unfortunate for him. He's going to try and get in the slipstream, but he's not going to be able to get it done. The Haas is trying to get everyone's trying to get everyone right now, and I think Placky could have really got himself involved there if he would have got a good exit, but he was unable to. Connor's trying to catch up to this little train, but also getting attacked by other cars. So it's really unfortunate. The Ferrari with 21 seconds with penalties, that's going to drop them out of the points. So Cole might be able to get some points there. As the field isn't as split apart as you might think, as you see on the mini map. Not anyone has got lapped yet, So that's amazing around a track that's so short. Um, Quite surprising, to be honest with you. This is a track where you expect to be lapping people, but this time not. As we see everyone finally through the final sector. Placky once again is looking really close to Thomas, using DRS and overtake. Overtake for Thomas as well. Thomas has just more ERS, and he's going to use just more too. He's going to have just around 3% more as we see the Ferrari is out. How has that happened? I think it's in the pit lane. Well, why would it be in the pit lane? I would have gone in AI. I think there might have been an issue, or was it on the pit straight? I'm unsure for right now. Nope, definitely in the pit lane as the car's rejoining the track right now. So that's unfortunate for them. I'm not sure what happened to them. But Placky's looking really, really close to Thomas here. Coming through the middle sector, he's using overtake, he's trying everything he can to try and get past the racing point, trying to get this 5th position, even though he really doesn't need to battle, as he'll have the position anyway, but he's trying to battle. I understand why, as they come through the final 2 corners here to this penultimate lap. If we're in NASCAR, the white flag would have raised the next time round as we enter the penultimate lap, as the Alfa Romeo slows down with a puncher for the Alfa Romeo. As this is once again, this is the 3rd league race that I've commentated on in a row where they've been punchers for someone on the second to last lap. This is the 4th person in 2 or 3 weeks where someone has got a puncher on the second to last lap. Happened at Netherlands in RVR, happened at Spain twice in RVR, on the second to last lap, and now it's happened again here in NRC. Scenes which puts Thomas up to P5 as Placky in all of this has been able to gain a position. Hero into second. Ireland has now secured his 3rd position. The Alfa Romeo is going to be heartbroken, falling back down. He's just going to have to limp round. I don't recommend pitting. He's losing himself too much time, unless whatever he's going to set here, it's going to be over like 20 seconds slower. If not, then I'd just say keep going with himself. Really, really sorry for him there as he loses the back end. Yeah, you might be better off pitting here as he's losing a lot of time. I think it'll only be like a second, but I think, yeah, man, just pit. It'll be better off for you. Just because the pit stop times around here. So yeah, that's decent for them. But not really, as they've just lost a podium through a puncher. As someone else has a puncher. No, it's Connor trying to get past Thomas. I think he got forced off on the entry as the DNS in the pit lane of Phoenix has climbed past Cole into there. As Connor's up the inside of Thomas here, as the racing point is side by side with the Haas. The racing point is going to be using overtaking everything it can into here, but the Haas has got the move done for 5th. Thomas moved down to 6th, which is 6 seconds of the road from Phoenix. 7 seconds from Phoenix. Yeah, if we can keep that going. But round the final corner to win here, round 7, the Austrian Grand Prix. Zetec for 14th on the grid to win the Austrian Grand Prix NRC Division 1. What a race it's been. As Hero comes 2nd, Adam 3rd, Placky 4th, as Connor claims the 4th. Placky now 5th, Thomas 6th, Phoenix 7th. He's going to fall to 8th behind Cole. He jumps Thomas, so Cole finishes 6th, Thomas 7th. The Williams 8th here, Phoenix 9th and Legends 10th, maybe, I think it will be a 10th position for him, and then it will be a 1, 2, 3, Cyclone 11th after his spin from the lead at the start of the race. That could have made it, if he didn't do that, it could have been even more interesting at the front with an extra car, but it's been very close today. It's been a brilliant race, and it's been brilliant commentating. My voice is absolutely dead. I need a drink, really bad. But it's been amazing commentating, and it's been an amazing result. I'm really happy for Zetec here. Brilliant racing from him. 7.6 second gap at the end. Absolutely brilliant racing. It's been a pleasure to commentate on this. As we've had over an hour ago now, but I don't care. AMS Jaffa, shout out, because why not? Well, yes, this is your results for this week's race. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I think it will be Netherlands for round 8. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next stream. Goodbye.